Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What's up? Welcome to the Fresh Podcast, everybody. We're here with Dizzho. What's going on, Dizzho?
Hey, man. My name is Dizzho. I have no hoes whatsoever. No, I'm kidding.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
I really don't. Ladies, you're always single as fuck. What's up? Nah, but my name is Delmar. Over here, I got the DOA superhero Manny Fresh.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing okay today.
It was a nice day. It was a nice Sunday today.
It wasn't too bad. My freaking thing. Hold on, guys. This is not good.
Oh, man.
I know. It's one of those things.
Technical difficulties.
Already.
No, he just needs some room. He has to move some stuff around.
There you go. I
But I
got
hope
it.
y'all are all doing good on this Sunday night. We're back at it again.
Yeah, hopefully for those of you guys who are returning from the first podcast, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first podcast. It was fun. I mean, it was
fun.
It's the first time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had some pretty interesting topics. And I know you were just on another podcast.
Yes. Shout out to God's Will and Joshua over at That's Dope Entertainment Podcast. I was a guest today, and I was able to shout ours out. And then I'm, shout them out too. I'm gonna leave their information below if you want to check them out.
Cool. So, what did you guys talk about there? Just very briefly.
Very brief, man. We was everywhere. We talked about podcasts. We talked about Juicy Smouye.
Juicy Smouye?
We talked about Juicy
Oh,
Smouye.
no, not Juicy Smouye.
The Dave Chappelle special, and then we got deep into some politics, religion stuff, and
okay.
no, we got deep. Honestly, I want to keep it like kind of lighthearted and friendly, but the conversation just went straight
Just
to
kept
it.
going.
But it just flowed, and I learned some stuff. My mind was changed on some things. I'm always open. Like if I say something, but if you can provide evidence or your way of thinking,
Right.
I
You're
changed my mind.
You're open to listening and trying
open.
out.
I like people who critically think for themselves, who do their own research. They don't just see a headline and just share it. Like they actually click the headline and they read the article and they kind of toss it around, but then they'll bring up several different articles from like different news, or people, and what's the word I'm looking for? They come to their own conclusion instead of what they feed us, because they only tell us what they want us to know.
Exactly. So it's like they have people that like to think by themselves, like, and just be like, okay, I get the information you just gave me, but I want to like see my own thing or figure out. Yeah, so
I want to
totally
make
respect
sure what I'm reading or hearing is correct and viable.
Right.
Versus the headline, oh, Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones suck.
Yeah.
And just share it. Like, oh, man, this shit sucks.
Or like how
You
some of the
need to read
critics,
it.
or like how some of the critics will say like, oh, this is something you can
That was
pass
just
on.
an example.
Yeah.
But then that kind of, if you think about it, if you want to jump into that first, that kind of, I think in my eyes, that helped him and exposed it more. Because I remember it was BuzzFeed?
It was a
somebody
few people.
else
It was
that,
a few
that was
people.
just like, oh, his new special fell short. It wasn't good, blah, blah, blah. I loved it. I was laughing. I mean, was it his best? No. But I still enjoyed it. I would watch it again. I would tell other people to watch it. Like it's still one of his good ones to me.
Right.
Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched it completely, all
What'd
of
you
it.
think?
I'm a big Dave Chappelle fan. First,
Oh, me too. Back in the day.
but I
Show.
love stand up in general.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm a person that just likes to go. I've been to a couple shows, not many, just a couple shows. Not Dave Chappelle show, but I went to other one. There's this guy. Oh man, I don't know what happened to him. When you become a celebrity or you get a lot of like spotlight sometimes. You don't go always down the right path.
Who was it?
It was for Pablo Francisco. So Pablo Francisco was really funny guy. He made a lot of imitations of a lot.
Yeah, I have him on my if I listen to Pandora, and they have like a comedy thing, and I've heard some of his stuff. Yeah.
So he kind of became, I don't want to say this is what he is, but he kind of became like a one-trick pony type of thing. He kind of kept saying the same jokes or similar jokes. So they're funny jokes. It's just they get dated. Yeah. So
Makes sense.
And I'm not sure if he just couldn't get bigger gigs or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I love stand-up. So anything that has to do with stand-up or just comedians just bringing up some controversial stuff and then making it funny, I'm totally for that. Because somewhere in between, as these people laugh or giggle, I can't help but see them and think they feel like there's some truth to this shit right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think that's what makes it funny, right?
Yeah.
That's what gives it like that feel of like, okay, that's pretty hilarious because I feel like that happens more often than not. You know what I mean?
And Dave Chappelle, for example, he says things that a lot of people think. Like, his mindset was like, honestly, the exact same mindset that I had. Now, if you're my friend on Facebook, I say some things here and there, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna just wait and see.
Yeah.
But God's Will, my buddy from the other podcast, he made a post about it, and like, if I was to go back, it had like 50 plus comments. People, they didn't like it. People liked it. Like, people was on it. Like, was it controversial? Yeah. But was there truth to what he was saying? Yeah. Like, I'm being for real.
Yeah.
What was your favorite segment from it?
I'm trying to remember my favorite segment. What was the part? I think one of my favorite segments was when he was talking about R. Kelly.
Okay.
And it's like, he's talking about why he wasn't on the documentary. And it's like, it makes perfect sense. Why would he be on the documentary?
Right. Now, that lady came out and said that's a lie. I didn't do that. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, they feel like I'm just going to lie about that for no reason. Because it's like, why didn't you do it? Because I don't know the nigga. Like, I mean, it's true. Like, why would you put me on something if I don't know nothing about the guy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
thought that was hilarious because he was like, I just want to make sure that it's very clear as to why I wasn't on the documentary. It's like, because I don't know the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny. I think the situations like that, Dave Chappelle is really good at delivering the punchlines all the time. So even if it's something that's really controversial, he just always lands on it. It's like, oh, I don't think he's going to make it. Like, I forgot which joke it was where I felt like, I don't think he's going to land this one. And then he just lands it, and I was like, he did it.
Oh, he can do it.
Yeah. So it was interesting. So I think one of the funny things is how critics were talking about, my friends had brought it up, which was Rotten Tomatoes. And we're going to look at that in just a second here. How Rotten Tomatoes basically just gave it like a really bad.
The official critics.
Yes, the official critics. So it gave it like a 23%, and the majority of the crowd, as soon as they opened it up to everybody, it went straight up to almost 100, basically.
Yeah, is that 99%?
Yeah, 99%.
Out of 5 stars, it is sitting at 4.92 stars.
4.92. Imagine 0.08% didn't like it.
Perfect 5 stars.
Yeah, almost from a perfect 5 stars. So, like you said, I think that helped elevate the whole stand-up. And if you haven't seen it, I would still
please go see it. Even if you don't like him, you probably had the same, like, with the whole thing with Juicy Smollett. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Juicy Smollett.
Yeah.
Like, I got trashed by when the whole thing was going on. I said something on Facebook about it. I was just like, he said, like, almost verbatim my thought process. Like, you have a black man going to the subway at 2 a.m. in Chicago when it's below freezing degrees, and then 2 white guys with wearing "Make America Great Again" hats, and aren't you that? Did they say nigger?
Yeah.
From Empire.
Empire, yeah.
And what he said was true. If they were racist, they would not know who he was. They just named him.
Right.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't know anything about the show. You wouldn't know anything about him. That's all. Like, I shit you not. Like, my thought process is like, this shit doesn't add up.
I remember when it was happening too. I was like, it seems kind of sketch. Like,
and I said something about it, and I put all that on. Man, I'm gonna have to try to go back and find it, and screenshot it if I can go back that far. But I was just like, I said those same things, and I had people run me down because, oh, you're not supportive of the gay community because he's gay. Oh, you're not supporting the black community. You need to be together. Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, this shit don't add up.
Yeah.
Like, it don't add up, and what he said was true. Like, a lot of people kept their mouth quiet because we knew we were lying, the people who thought critically, but I was laughing at that part. But I like the one part I laughed at when he was talking about, the LGBTQ communities, and he was
the alphabet people.
Yeah, he was like, my alphabet friends. I was just like, oh, this dude said alphabet friends.
Dude, the way he brought that joke in, I was like, yo, that was so.
It was good.
It was genius.
I was laughing.
He's like, they're all in the same car. It's like, oh my god,
he broke that down so good.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that, like, I don't know how he thought about that, but the way he did it, I was like, That was smart, man. I was like,
but the way he put it, you can kind of visualize it, and you're like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It was a great way for him to describe it for people to understand. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So again, if you're someone that hasn't seen it,
Please go see it.
I would recommend seeing it. Even if you're not into his kind of like comedy, I think you would learn a few things from how he delivers his punchlines.
Or at least a different perspective of how he view things, or as or a person, a black male view things that's going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like the and honestly, like I want to say it was either BuzzFeed or Buzzword. It was that, and somebody else that said to go see it. Like you know the term, there's no such thing as like bad publicity, right?
Right.
That made people go watch it more. So
Yeah, for sure.
shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all for saying don't go watch
making
it.
Dave
and
Chappelle even
everybody
more
go watch it.
legendary.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. It was fun.
Now, why do you think the main critics don't like it?
I think
the
it's
top
'cause
critics.
I think the top critics probably my assumption is that the reason they don't like it is because it's not very politically correct. So he goes against the grain a lot, and it's just something that people are not used to these days.
Right.
For me, growing up watching him and watching other comedians like him, they used to do that stuff. To me, and I watched the Chappelle show. If you try to watch the Chappelle show today, I mean that's very controversial. You know what I'm saying?
The Chappelle show would not be able to be on TV.
No, of course not.
That or like Married with Children.
Oh yeah, Married with Children too.
I found that on Hulu and actually watched the entirety of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's Al Bundy, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like the way that he talked to women.
I know.
Like I was to me it still holds up. I was laughing.
Yeah.
But that would not fly
in today's climate.
because I guys, y'all got to stop being so sensitive.
Right.
Because think about it, even or if you want to think back to where no, because if you think about it, I did my own research. I kind of looked it up when I was watching it. This was a couple of months ago. It was getting a lot of flack. Like a lot of people didn't like it. Married with Children, and they tried to get it off the air, but it was like one of the most watched shows back in that time.
Yeah, back in that time for sure. I forgot how many seasons it had. It had a lot of seasons.
Like at least I know it had at least 5 seasons.
Yeah,
five,
for sure.
5 up. And it's just like if you think back to the Chappelle show, it was wildly successful.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it. It was all get this shit off the air, blah blah blah. But as a whole, majority of the people laughed at it because it was jokes. It was comedy. It was funny. But as time progressed, everybody's just so fucking sensitive about everything. It's like you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah.
You gotta watch what you do. And I don't like that. Like I respect, like, okay, if you talk about the LGBTQ community, and I guess what's the word, like the terms people want to be called, like I get that. If I say how you doing, ma'am, but you're a guy, like I'm just going by what I look. I'll apologize. You know what I mean? Like don't just attack me. I'm just going by for what I see. I'll apologize. What do you want to be called? I will call you what you want to be called, but as a straight male who, we're raised in school, him, her, you, us. Now we got to call them they, or, you know what I mean? It's just like now we got to try to learn all these different
terms, basically.
Different terms.
Yeah.
So that's, so this is me now. I'm walking on eggshells because.
Which you shouldn't have to, right?
Which I shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But thinking about them, I get it because I don't want to purposely. I would never purposely.
I don't think anybody would purposely do.
Well, people would purposely.
Well,
those.
But I'm just saying, I don't think someone would purposely call somebody a him, knowing it's a her or something like that. You know what I mean?
People would if they were bigoted, ignorant people. People would do that purposely. But I'm just saying, me or a lot of people, they wouldn't do it purposely. And if we did do it, like, hey. Excuse me, sir. I'm not. My name's. I'm a her. Oh, hey, my apologies. I didn't mean to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that has happened to me before, and I apologize. And I caught that person with it, for forever. But it's just like, don't hold all of us because we want to not.
Yeah. In other words, don't let that one bad experience basically ruin it for everybody else.
Yes.
They may make a mistake, an honest mistake.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
like, oh, you're just like, and you just get triggered, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I believe that too. Like, you got to be careful. And I think that happens to everybody. It doesn't have to be particularly this subject. I think that happens in any kind of situation. Like, let's say you had a bad experience at a restaurant or something like that, and there was some lines that you were hearing that was kind of reminiscent of that bad experience, and then you start getting triggered and you go off on the waitress. You know what I'm saying? So it's not specific to just this subject, but I mean in general for people. I know this is a very touchy subject, so I think that's important to understand.
And words have a different connotation too, because and we talked about this on the That's Dope podcast. Like for example, I said faggot, right? And growing up as kids, like, oh man, you're gay, or man, you're such a faggot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then, growing up in school,
that was said all the time.
Meaning. Exactly.
Yeah. It wasn't.
This is my friend. I'm talking to my friend. Oh, he did something stupid. Oh, you're fucking. Oh, you're gay, man. Get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you can't now. But this is today, and I said like I haven't said the word faggot since today. I've never. I mean, because it's considered derogatory now.
Right.
And back then it wasn't.
Right.
Just like
I think that's interesting about, I guess, would you say the way the culture changes over time.
Right.
And I think who was the comedian that said this, who also goes against the grain sometimes, is can't believe I forgot his name. It's like he had like red hair, but he was like bald. He came out in Breaking Bad, a couple scenes. He was like a security guy or something like that.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh my goodness. The people that are hearing this podcast are gonna be like, I know
Chris.
No.
Chris Dale, Anthony Jeselnik, Louis C.K.
No. It was.
Is it well known? Or
yeah, he's well known.
Well known.
He's well known. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick, or if I can find him real quick. And he has like a series.
Special?
Yeah,
Okay.
he has a series, like an animated series, and on what do you call it? On Netflix.
Is it
F is for Family.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was something else. I was gonna say something else. Is he black, white?
He's white. He's a white dude.
Bill Burr?
Yeah, Bill Burr. There you go.
Okay.
Got it. So Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr. He's funny.
Yeah. So Bill Burr, talking about the changing of culture, Bill Burr basically says, there's at a certain point you outlasted your welcome in the world. Basically, and he was talking about the Clippers owners when he had that girl or whatever, and he was talking about how she was taking pictures with black people, and then one of the
I remember that.
Yeah. And one of the things was he was saying is like, you can post it on Facebook, you can post it on anything, and he's like basically making fun of the situation. Bill Burr is making fun of the situation. He's like, but don't post it on Instagram,
Right,
or something like that. So anyway, that became like a huge thing, right? And Bill Burr was like, man, I don't think it was that bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that bad. I mean, I think that was just him talking about, a situation. I thought he was pretty lenient. He just didn't want it on Instagram.
Right.
And then he was just saying, but in all honesty, he was just basically saying, he's like, he's a 90-year-old or 80-year-old. He's an
older white
He's
dude.
an older white dude. And he owns the Clippers. He doesn't give a crap about anybody or anything. And he grew up in that world. His family grew up, and he was starting to basically.
This is a guy who's like, he doesn't like black people, right?
I think he doesn't like black people.
Players or something.
Something like that. Yeah. So which is why he was like upset that the girl I guess he was seeing or hanging with is like posting pictures of these guys.
Right.
But I think it was funny because that goes back to what you were saying. The culture back then when we were growing up was that. Saying that was just stuff that you would say, be like, "Oh, that's gay," you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And even.
He even said, there's a show. I watched it on YouTube. I watched it all when they had all the comedians in a circle with like an audience behind them, and they were just talking and stuff. And Bill Burr, he talks about like the word faggot too. He was just like. He was playing football. He got tackled, and like his friend tried to help him up. He was like, "Back away from me, you fucking faggot." He was like, "I wasn't calling him a, he's not a faggot. I was just saying the word." He was talking about how words have changed.
Yeah,
shoot, but I love Bill Burr because he's so unapologetic. Because like, why the fuck do I gotta apologize for? Like, he's funny. He's funny.
Yeah, so I appreciate stuff like that. I think it's really good when a comedian can just stand his ground and just do what he's supposed to do.
But are comedians supposed to be apologetic though?
Huh?
Or do you think comedians are supposed to be apologetic because it's
comedians?
So like, yeah.
I don't think comedians are supposed to be apologetic. I think what's important is that they deliver something that's funny correctly.
Right.
And if it's not funny, that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? If you're just being an ass.
There was a female comedian who I don't know if you saw. You remember XXX Tentacion, the rapper who got shot?
Oh yeah.
there's a white lady comedian who made a joke about his death, and it
didn't land.
It didn't land at all, and a lot of comedians would say it's true. It's just like, if you're going that dark comedy, like, it better be good, because she caught so much flack. Like, nobody fucks with her no more because it wasn't funny. It was tasteless.
Yeah.
But then somebody's like, oh, what about Eddie Griffin, because he did a Michael Jackson joke on that Def Comedy Jam reunion.
Yeah.
But it was funny. He was just like, because way back in the day, he did a Michael Jackson bit when he was still alive, and it was hilarious. And he was like, all right, people keep asking me to do Michael Jackson one more time, so this is my last Michael Jackson impression. But it hit. Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Bad. But it hit.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
People, there's a difference. If you're going to do a dark joke, it has to be funny.
Right. And I think that's the important part right there.
Yes.
If it's not funny, then people get offended. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's when people are like, you could have done better. You know what I'm saying? Now it just seems like you're just trying to make a quick joke out of something that's not really that funny.
Right.
So a perfect example is even when Dave Chappelle does it, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen the special. But if we happen to bring it up next week, too bad. That's all I'm saying. At that point, you had more than enough time.
Right.
But when Dave Chappelle basically brings up the Michael Jackson thing himself, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about situations like the dude's passed, for so long.
The dude's been dead for how long? How long has he been dead now?
He's been dead a good minute now.
But it was like he has 2 cases.
Exactly.
And he's like, the dude is dead. Like,
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that, is dead. And it's like, oh, that's kind of messed up. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that is funny, because there's some truth to it. And it's like, we get it.
Yeah.
And it's just.
I was like, how are you still this relevant and you've been dead for 5+ years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then those people didn't like it either. Wade Phillips, the guy who did the not the guy who did the documentary, but the guy who it was about. And then, like, of course, he didn't like the special because he was like, oh, he's insensitive. But it was like, that came out as a lie. Like, that whole document, HBO took it all off and everything because they found out that none of that stuff was true.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, because it was a big thing. But when they found out, like, a lot of the stuff was false, HBO took it off the air.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the crazy part about media today. Like, the crazy part about media is, like, if you just make it sound and look legit enough.
And if it's a cash grab, like, if they can
get money off of it, they just put it out there. And of course, it doesn't matter about – it's not so important about the retraction of it or the apologizing after it because everybody already got the initial scoop.
Yeah.
And the people that got the initial scoop, rather it be $1 million, 10 million, or whatever, whenever you put the apology out, you don't get the same 10 million.
Right.
You usually get, like, half at best.
If that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're getting maybe like 20% of the people that you initially got it. And you have 80% of people that still believe the shit. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting how media is these days, especially with social media in particular. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm just like, the dude is dead. I mean, if all that was true, okay, sure, let it be known. Like, don't hide it.
Right.
But he's dead. Leave this.
Leave him alone.
Leave it. Like, he's dead. I don't know.
Yeah, but talking about some touchy stuff. So going from entertainment / political stuff to gaming. So I'm not sure if you heard, but basically there was a big. This happened about a month ago now. I know we're just talking about it now, but. There was a big several allegations that were going on over there at the Evolution Fighting Game Championships.
Okay.
So
if you don't know what that is, Evolution is the world's biggest fighting game tournament held every year in Las Vegas, and then they also have Evo Japan, but it's not as big. But,
right.
So last month, August, that's when it happened.
Yep. There was a party or. Basically
after party. It was the Red Bulls Evo 2019 after party.
Right, and the after party was basically a Red Bull after party where supposedly, I mean, I don't know all the details. I mean, I'm reading it up here as well. Basically, women were sexually assaulted. Somebody was talking about they were drugged, and
somebody was almost drugged. Oh no, somebody said. I'm scrolling down. It says I only had 3 drinks, but the third drink, I don't remember anything after that. And then another person says that he had a drink that was supposed to go to somebody else, but it didn't get there because he thought there was something fishy about it. But it looked like, from what I read, it looked like the people who were caught, like this girl said, a hand was put up her skirt, and but that gentleman and a couple other guys were escorted out the premises. So, which is good,
Yeah.
like they're catching them and all that. But why is this? This is FGC. This is fighting game community. Why is this going on?
Right. And I think that's the interesting part is like you have this huge, like for people that don't know, the fighting game community, obviously there's several different kinds of communities, right? In gaming.
For each game, there's
For
like
each game.
different
For each
community.
genre.
Yes.
For each genre. So every genre has its own community. So like first person shooters, real-time strategy, et cetera, et cetera.
But it gets broken down even more because you got the fighting game community, right? But you got the Tekken community, the
Right.
DOA community, the Street Fighter
Yeah,
community.
it all fragments into smaller communities or
Yes.
whatever. But of course, this is Evo, and all the fighting games are there. So it's all majority of all the fighting games are and their communities are a part of this event. And
Rep Marvel
for the-
versus Capcom.
yeah, and the key point of this is simply that the fighting game community is one of the most diverse communities out of all gaming communities.
Right.
Because you have different kinds of cultures in it. You have people from the Middle East. You got Asians. You got black people, white people, Hispanics. They're just like, it's a good mixture of people. It's one of the things that people talk about the most that is so diverse. And it's one of the oldest, competitive or esports type of game because it's been around for so long since arcade days. You know what I mean? So to put that, to put some more perspective to it, because it's so competitive and because it comes from such an old age, it's very, I would say it's more male-driven than most other games because it's just something that whenever you used to grow up and you go to the arcade, the majority of the time when you're in the arcade, you see nothing but guys. The majority of the time.
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of females in
No.
FGs.
Recently.
Yeah.
But I'm saying growing up.
True.
Growing up.
It was guys.
Mainly guys, yeah. So now recently, yeah, absolutely, I agree. I think there's a lot more females going there. I bet you if we go to the arcade right now, there'd probably be a lot of females in there. But growing up, that usually wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? It's usually guys in there. They're trying to play for each other's 50 cents, basically.
Right.
So because it's such an old school community, not to say that they haven't adapted new things and new traditions and whatnot, but it's just there's a lot more males than females there. You know what I'm saying? More than there would be like at a, let's just say like a first person shooting community or whatever.
Right.
So for whoever is, experiencing these situations, it sucks, when it does happen. It's something that no female or male should go through, you know what I'm saying? Like where you feel uncomfortable at a party or that you have to worry about what the hell you're drinking and what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Granted, no matter where you go, rather it be
Should
a
be
tournament.
anywhere.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, you got to be careful, period. You know what I'm saying? But the point is you're around this community that you trust, or you have more trust than just a random person that's over there or whatever at a bar or whatever. It's a really crappy situation. Now, my concern, just to flip the script a little bit, my concern is for the ones that may be bringing up some allegations, because I know there was like several other girls within the community that were kind of talking about it, but like, hey, this happened to me, blah, blah. Like, it kind of starts off, with one person and other people start coming in, right? My only concern is, I'm not saying this is what they do, but I know it's been done before. Juicy Sumier is a perfect example. But when horrible situations like this happen, it's very crappy when someone tries to take advantage of that and just make up a story.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think it's fair to anybody, the victims and the people that are are honest and not really doing this stuff. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like there are some people that during certain discussions that I was dealing with, and at a certain point, I was trying to like see if we can work something. You know what I'm saying? This is before these allegations came up.
Right.
So, in the end, things just didn't turn out the way would have liked. A couple of days later, this pops up, and it's like, whoa, like what happened? You know what I mean? Like, how is this even possible? And then I just remember hearing and watching like the Twitter feed and stuff like that, saying like so and so and so and so, they're not going to be part of our event. This and this and that, and it's just like it's crazy because if at the end of the day there's no proof, not to say that that's always the case that you absolutely have to have proof, but in some cases like you can't just make up stuff either. You know what I mean?
When it comes to the let me tread lightly from what I'm about to say. When it comes to I incorporate this with the MeToo movement, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the MeToo movement, I'm for it, but then I'm kind of against it. Meaning, and what I mean is that, like, tell your story. If something happens, speak up.
Yeah.
But I'm still to the point where I'm one of those people. I need to know what
You're
happened.
still a little skeptical?
Or I need to have proof.
Okay.
Because, like with the stuff with Bill Cosby and that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
The evidence came out. He did that shit, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That was true.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy Smouye, all that shit was a lie. You know what I mean? So, I can name a couple more examples. There was a WWE wrestler. His name was Enzo Amore, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was right. He was a champion. He was rising up and stuff. Came out. This girl said that he sexually assaulted her, and he put her forced herself on her. Blah 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 blah. WWE just took the belt off and just fired him. We don't associate with all that.
Yeah.
After the couple months afterwards comes out, all that shit was a lie. It wasn't true. Mm-hmm. But WWE has already blackballed him.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, he's starting to wrestle now at other places because they're taking him. But during that time, he couldn't get a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this girl said. And then another story, it's a friend of a friend. He lost his career. His family turned his back on him because it came out that he sexually assaulted a girl.
Yeah.
He denied it. I didn't do it. I promise you. He was fired, let go from his job. He was prominent. He was up there. His family quit talking to him. He lost everything. Finally come out. He was able to retrieve old messages, text messages to prove that he was innocent.
Yeah.
But he
it was already, the damage had already been done.
The damage already was done.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't even want to talk to his parents because his own parents didn't even believe him. You know.
Oh, wow.
He lost his dream job. You know what I mean? It's just you got to be careful. You remember the whole Chris Brown Rihanna thing back in the day? And he put his hands. I don't condone that at all. That's fucked up. But then at the same time,
Don't worry.
At the same time, in my head, I was thinking, damn, I can't believe he did that. What did she do? Honestly, that was my thought process. I was just something had to have happened. She must have I don't know them personally, but the only time I will ever put my hands on a girl is if she just punches me in the face, to defend myself.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you got to defend yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not gonna just uppercut a woman for anything.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm just she in my head. I'm just she had to something.
I'm sure something
happened. You know what I mean?
I'm sure something did happen. Even
all
if it was small.
I'm saying is I need evidence, or I just need something concrete so I can be on your side. Because if it's true and this person did X amount of things to you, then lock them up, go to jail, persecute them, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen too many people, guys who.
Well, we've seen too many cases, right? Too many cases where that happens.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying that whatever these girls are experiencing is all made up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that sucks. That sucks that anybody, rather it be these girls or anybody in general, has to go through this stuff. And the only other part I'm just thinking about is for the ones that are trying to take advantage of a situation, somebody's actual rough situation that I think it's really unfair to the people that are having to go through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? People that are actually going through that, and you're trying to cling on to what they're going through right now. It's not cool at all.
Because of Jesse Smollett, all that was a lie. But then what happens if that really did happen? Say actually a gay guy was
assaulted or whatever,
assaulted or all that. It's kind of hard to be is it true or not? Because all this dude just lied about all this shit. So how we don't?
And think about all the people that were trying to support him too.
Exactly.
Think about how they feel,
dude. And think about the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
They were behind them. I was really deep into that story because they spent so much taxpayer money investigating, get all that shit. And he got off. But then I read that somebody is reopening the case against him for lying.
Because they were basically saying that he got off because he was a celebrity or something. I forgot what.
Something like that.
Something happened.
No, he's friends with he was cool with the mayor or something like that. The black lady, she's the mayor or something.
Okay.
Yeah, she did something for him and got him out. Yeah.
So basically, he didn't have to do any real service for what he did. You know what I'm saying? At least not major. And we all know that if it was anybody else, that wouldn't be the case. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They would have paid some serious time for that. So,
and I don't want to say, and I can't say. I mean, I've not experienced something like that.
Right.
And I don't know like the thought process. So like if you were sexually assaulted or whatever, I don't know how traumatizing that is.
Yeah, we can't even imagine. We can't even
exactly.
We
But
can't even
please,
imagine.
if something happens, like speak up like as soon as possible. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's probably hard as fuck because you could be embarrassed, you could be ashamed. You know, like all that shit.
Yeah.
And which I can see. You know, coming out with a story. But if something happens to you, like try your best to speak up on it. Or as soon as it happened, or not as soon, but like within like those couple of days versus
waiting
2 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, he is so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if anything else, I guess my advice, because again, I couldn't even imagine going through that stuff.
Exactly.
And I've had friends. I've had friends.
Me too.
They've gone through it.
Like,
and it's crazy when they tell me.
You know how many female friends who've confided into me? I can name 6 or 7 females right now. I'm not going to because
that's their own personal stuff. Yeah.
They came to me that said that they were raped. A couple of them, I know the guys.
Yeah.
And there's proof to it. But you know, they beg me, you know, and it's kind of hard, I guess, because they could have told somebody.
Yeah.
Well, for example, like a female told me about this guy who sexually assaulted her.
Yeah.
But she was like, "Don't say nothing. Please don't say anything." And I feel obligated to not say anything because she told me something so personal that if I was to go and say something, then I'll lose her trust. Which I mean, but I want to help her. But at the same time, she's begging me. She's like, "Delmar, I confided in you. It's between you and me. Don't say anything."
Right.
And so I don't want to, you know, and I don't want to lose that trust with that person. So
I mean, like you said, and like we already know, it's a difficult situation. And I'm sure some of these girls that went through this event and had to go through that similar situation are probably thinking the same thing or had to think about that same thing during that time. I mean, I think it's great that they're at least speaking up. So that way there's more.
And I'm glad that they were, the people who were caught, they were escorted. But at the same time, there was no cover charge, and it was open to anyone over the age of 21. So if these guys were doing it, it's more than likely, hopefully, that these wasn't attendees or competitors.
Well, they said they were attendees.
Were they attendees?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So right now, like everything's being looked at, and you know, and then of course, people in the fighting game community are also professionals too, professional players.
Right.
So that means contracts and sponsorships and careers are probably going to end up.
Ladies, speak up. Name people, please. Let them because they're still out free. They could be doing the shit right now.
Yeah, they could be doing the same thing again.
You know. So it's like, you know,
so yeah,
like you said,
I think the best recommendation that I can give, because I've never been in that situation, is just like what your friend did. Confide in somebody. Just be able to let it off, because you shouldn't have to carry that weight forever.
Don't keep it in. It's because that's probably hurting you mentally inside.
Yeah, mentally and psychologically. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's something that you should at least with the people that you trust most. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, hey, this is what happened. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your best friend, or maybe whoever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
And just be there for them when they, when they do want to step forward, then
they're ready to get you. You know,
because I've seen it. She told me this is true. You know what I mean? Just have somebody to back you up. You know,
exactly.
It's just hard to accuse somebody when it's months, when it happened months ago. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm for the MeToo movement. I want people to be locked up, but I'm still kind of worry about it because of the people. And the only reason why is from the people that have lied about it and ruined people's lives.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm for it, but I'm still,
yeah.
It's the same thing with like cancel culture. I don't like cancel culture, but I'm for it when it's actually right. Does it make sense? Like, oh my God, they said this thing, cancel him. He said this shit 15 years ago. This is a different person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I
think that's really interesting actually, because it's like I agree with you on that. Like, how are you gonna get upset about something that happened like 20 before you were even born? You know what I'm saying? It's like in some cases.
Now, if it's still going on, or if it happened like last week, that's and it is scummy, But like if it was something, depending on severity, like if he said some words, or he did something like when he was like 16 years old, you're a teen, you're a kid, but he's like 40-year-olds now. Like, a perfect example, Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, right?
Yeah.
Back then he punched and like basically assaulted this Asian guy way back in the day. I mean, he called him like a chink and foreigner, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he went back, he found the guy, and he apologized to him because like he was just like, yo, like I'm an adult now. I have a family. You know, I was young, I was stupid. He found out, he apologized because like it's two different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're talking about like years of difference there, right?
Yeah.
I totally understand that. And I mean, I think that's pretty cool that he actually did that. You know what I'm saying? That he went out of his way and just find this person and apologize. So that's an interesting story on how that worked out. So, but yeah, I agree. I mean, this is one of the discussions I had with a close friend of mine where me and him were basically talking about, because there was so much, this stuff is going on, this story is going on, you know what I mean? And obviously I'm involved in the sense of within the community because of what I do for work, you know what I mean? So I hear about it, and, you know, discussions are going around, and you're trying to like, you know, learn more about what's really going on, what's not going on, and who's saying what.
Exactly.
But we were having a discussion, and he was just basically saying, you know, it is something that's crazy that goes on, and, you know, whether it be something like this or saying something, I think we should all be able to agree, and I think this has been brought up several times already, where, yeah, at a certain age or certain times in your life, you may mess up. You know what I'm saying? No one's perfect. We know that. But at the same time, it's like you got to be able to improve as an individual and become something better than what you were.
Right.
And then when you do, you should be able to get that second chance. You know what I'm saying? Like if you did your time, let's just say as an example, you did your time, then you came out, you apologized, whatever, and you did everything you were supposed to do. Like at that point, you should have a way of living. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, listen, man, I'm a different person now. It's like I'm not that person anymore. That's like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years ago.
Right.
It's like I'm just trying to get a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't hold that forever. Like that doesn't make sense. It's not really fair to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Like me, I've done stupid stuff. Like in
we've
school.
all done stupid stuff.
I've stole before. I've smacked a girl's ass before. Now this was a female friend, and she knew I was joking. Like she laughed, but but still, like I've stolen before.
Yeah,
and I got caught, and I got punished for it. But this is when I was 12, 13 years old. You know what I mean? Like I've done stupid stuff as a kid.
Yeah,
but I'm 28. I'll be 20. My birthday's coming up. I'll be 29 this month. But I don't do that. You know, this is when I was. This is
you don't keep doing. You don't
ago.
keep doing the same thing.
Yeah,
over
I mean,
and over.
I'm an adult now. I know morals. I'm not a kid. You know, if I was a stole. If I was a steal, like that's I deserve the full punishment because I know better.
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, as a kid, you know better, but you still mischievous. You want to get in trouble. So like, I mean, I've done bad stuff as a kid, but I'm an adult now. I know better.
Right.
I'm not the same person.
Yeah, so it's interesting how this whole story ended up coming out, and how it all like all the other players or females start talking about it, which is good. I mean, they maybe they got confidence because somebody confessed. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad they said something about it too, like during it or right after. That's good.
Yeah, that's definitely good. And
then the people, somebody who kind of represents them has came out. They spoke about it. They said so, and which is that like it's nobody was fully take advantage. Like I said, they escorted them out. They found the people, took them out. You know what I mean? So that's it's better than, to me. That's better than them just getting away with it.
Yeah, and usually those big type of events, they usually put a ban. So they'll probably ban whoever it was. They're probably gonna get banned.
Probably, yeah.
So that way they can avoid those situations again, because definitely Evo as an organization and the sponsors, Red Bull or whatever, they definitely don't want to have that.
And since gaming is like so like prominent now, you don't want
and it's growing.
bad stuff like that as.
You don't want that to be the memory of your organization or your event. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, isn't that where?
Or even in the news, like, oh, Evo was this weekend, but such and such happened. You know what I mean? You want positive, like, because it's in the forefront. It's big right now.
Yeah.
So,
but going from that, the next thing I was going to bring up is obviously in gaming, going into gaming and events. So the first thing is obviously Terry Bogards got announced for Super Smash Brothers. If you guys don't know what Super Smash Brothers is, you're insane.
If you don't know who Terry, well,
no, Terry Bogards.
I thought about it because like I played those. It's Fatal Fury before it became King of Fighters.
Yeah.
I played those games growing up, so I would. So Terry Bogard is the newest character that was announced for Super Smash Brothers
Ultimate.
I was going to say Brawl.
Yep.
Ultimate. I was hyped. Okay, I don't have a Switch. I don't own the game. I played at my friend's house. But I was so hyped for it. I was like, yo. And you know what's funny? This is Nintendo is pulling off Capcom versus SNK before Capcom and SNK.
I know.
And a lot of people, y'all don't understand that. Back in the day, there was a game called Capcom versus SNK 2. 3-on-3 fighting. Or, well, basically it was 3-on-3 fighting.
Yeah.
Or you could do 1 or 2 people. But this game was like, when we talking about the pinnacle of fighting games, that was it.
Yeah. It was a very popular game.
It's a crossover between two fighting. You have the Capcom characters and SNK characters.
Basically the biggest companies in fighting games. Yeah.
During the time.
Yeah.
Yes. And the selection of characters was amazing.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen that was PS2 days.
That was many years ago. That was Dreamcast days, actually.
Was
too.
it Dreamcast?
Yeah,
I'm about
initially
to
on
look
the
this
Dreamcast. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about two companies. They are known for making fighting games for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And then they finally created a title together. And that was over almost 10 years ago, right?
2001.
Almost 10 years ago.
That's almost 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, 20 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Yeah. 20 years ago?
2001.
Wow.
Capcom versus SNK2, Mark of the Millennium, 2001.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mark of the
That makes
Millennium.
more sense now. Yes,
Yep.
I remember that title.
Yep.
So,
Nintendo's pulling this off. That's hilarious.
yeah. So Nintendo, bringing in, obviously they had Ryu in the game, and now they have Terry Bogard, which comes from
Ryu and Ken.
Yeah, Ryu and Ken.
From Capcom, and then Terry Bogard from SNK. And I see it as a big deal because we don't think, like, Capcom and SNK doesn't really work together anymore in that sense. Like, because we haven't had a Capcom versus SNK game since 2001, and people have been asking for another one for years, but they just won't do it. But
Yeah.
fucking Nintendo, like, if it comes, I'm going to my friend's house, I'm going to record a Ryu versus Terry. Like, because, you can't see that no more.
But yeah, I mean, so that came out, so it's interesting. I think it was interesting. Obviously, they have
he caught a lot of flack, the character, because
they didn't
don't
recognize
know who he is.
They didn't recognize him.
Yeah. Only like people from back in the day who played the games.
People that played in the arcades.
Arcade, yeah.
People that played in the arcades and obviously Smash.
I think it's a cool ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Let me ask you this though. So and I shared this with you. There was talks of another secret character that may coming in. Mm-hmm. Your boy Hayabusa. It's been said that he may be a character in
I've been hearing that a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the demand is high enough for something like that. So that's my curiosity.
I can see it. I mean, you can.
But I mean, he is an old school character. NES days.
Yeah.
NES days. I mean, he was in the arcade as well, but he has the NES days, Super NES, and of course,
Net Geo. Oof.
Yeah, and then of course you have what came out on Xbox. So it's not like, and obviously he's a known ninja. So
I mean, they could put Ryu and Terry and Cloud.
Yeah.
From Final Fantasy. You don't got no news on that, no nothing.
I got nothing on him.
What kind of this guy works for the team Ninja? He doesn't have no information. Come on now.
I have no information on anything, especially in those kind of titles. I don't, because it's not direct titles from the company. Those are collaborations.
Fair enough.
So I don't know anything. Even if I'll pretend I do. Yeah, he's not in there.
No. But no, I think it's a cool addition. Hopefully, this lets SNK know. I mean, let's get another. They're making another King of Fighter games is in the works. That was announced at Evo.
That's right. They have another King of Fighters. They're kind of in the up and up. They've been sprinkling their characters in a lot of fighting games, Tekken, DOA.
That fighting game EX.
EX, and then of course Smash Brothers. So they're like pretty much in everything right now. And then Samurai Shodown is fairly new too.
You got Geese and Tekken.
Yep.
Terry and Smash. That's about it though.
Terry and Smash, Terry and the EX layer, and then you have Mai and Kula and DOA.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't excited for that character. I was just, when they said an SNK character, I was just like, all right, like Rock, Terry, Iori, Kayu, like more prominent people versus her. But I researched her. She's like a favorite overseas because it's a little freaking lowly Japanese girl. Y'all some nasty, sick people over. No, I'm kidding. But
having said that, obviously this coming weekend, coming
Kumite.
It's Kumite in Texas. So if you guys are in Texas or
And-
Arlington, and Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
So Tokyo Game Show, a lot of people keep track of what's going on with Tokyo Game Show because usually there's several announcements and several things going on, and latest and greatest games are coming out, or media covers it a lot. So I've been to the one last year. Obviously, you see all the games that are being played, demos and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Very Japanese because this is in Japan. So that's going on. There's also an event there for the Dead or Alive 6 World Championship. So Dead or Alive 6 World Championships has like a tour this year, and you can catch a lot of that information on the website, and you can see the dates and all that stuff. And that's what's coming up. Kumite in Texas and Tokyo Game Show this weekend. So if you're in Texas,
if I play this game competitively, well, I used to, not anymore. But if I did, I would try to go to the Tokyo Game Show because I feel like I have a better chance because I feel like everybody is in the United States will come to the Kimote.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying I know there's some dominant players over there, but I'm just saying I think I have a higher chance of placing it higher
over there.
It's not gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be as
many
people
killers
because it's in Tokyo versus Texas, where you got the 50 states and people. I knew people flew down from. What was the other event that you was at 2 weeks ago?
Oh, that was at Summer Jam.
Summer Jam. I know they had people fly down to compete in there, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
they had Japanese players that went over there.
I don't. That's my mindset. I feel like there won't be that many people. I mean, they're probably going to have a good amount, but I don't think it will be as much as Kumite. I don't know. Could
Right.
be. Maybe.
We'll see. So I'm going to be there.
Who you looking at? Who you think is the favorite to take it?
I don't know. I think
won Summer Jam?
Hullis is going to be there. Hullis got second. Killy won first over there at Summer Jam.
So it wasn't Excaliblaze.
No.
He's been the one that's been dominating.
Yeah, he's been dominating for a while. He usually places top if not wins the event. This one he did not actually. He ended up getting fifth. He got fifth on that one.
And shout out to him. I saw he's like the first DOA like sponsor. Not thinking of you. I'm talking about like recently.
Yes,
because you don't see
yes
DOA sponsored players like you see.
He got picked
Tekken, you see Street Fighter, you see Smash, but I don't think besides you back in the day, I haven't seen another sponsored player for DOA.
He got picked up by AXL. I think that's how you say it. AXL, which is the person that puts that together. I can't believe I just forgot the name. But anyway, she's really, really cool. And she picks up several different players and stuff like that. So it's really cool how she's making it all happen. And so, yeah, he was one of the players that got picked up. So when he went to Summer Jam, my understanding is he was, covered. He didn't have to worry about much of anything. So that's good for him. And hopefully in the future, other players get the same treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's all
because it puts DOA on the map too, because so what's DOA,
right?
And then people will look into it. And
and they're trying to get a sponsorship too. You know what I'm saying?
Team Ninja, if y'all just take away all the skimpy costumes, like
don't act like you don't like them.
I'm indifferent about them, honestly. First of all, I don't even play the only female character I do play really was Momoji back in DOA 5, but I just wore her regular outfit, and then Hitome, and I either wear like her karate suit or the spaghetti strap jeans one.
Oh yeah.
I've not spent money on different costumes,
right,
at all, because it's just bunny suits, and I'm not, I'm one of those people when I read when DO6 coming out, they're about we wanted to be more competitive. Turn down the jiggle physics and all that. I was all about that. I was like, yes, because I feel like they're always better than Tekken. Yeah, I said it. It's better than Kekken.
Yeah, Kekken.
It's
that's
better
right.
than Kekken, because I watched the tournaments for Tekken, but it's just you see the same combos from everybody because that's what you're supposed to do. I just not trying to downplay Tekken, because if you match Tekken and DOA. Tekken is like just kicking DOA's ass with the characters, with the support.
I think Tekken is beating pretty much everybody.
Even Capcom.
Yeah. So
Tekken is I keep saying Tekken. Tekken is the inside joke, but Tekken is even though I used to play it back. The last Tekken game I played was Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, and I played. Bob and Slim Bob,
Yeah.
But I played the game. I enjoyed it, but when it comes to Tekken versus DOA, I prefer DOA.
Yeah.
But and I know why DOA does the costumes, because I know it's big, very big overseas with them. But I feel like in the States, people take it more seriously as a fighting game in the States versus overseas? That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think they take it more seriously over here, I think, as far as a fighting game overall. Mm-hmm. So the whole idea is, especially with these events going on, is to keep that, you know what I'm saying? Show that there is a lot of skill involved with the game. And I think, you know what? I think we've already passed that hurdle to some extent. I think we've already passed that point where it's like, okay, this is a fighting game. So people understand that it takes time to learn. You know, even though the combos are not that hard to do, it still takes time to learn them and execute them when you need to. You know what I'm saying? And being able to hold and throw and strike at the right time.
The environments, the indestructibles.
Right. That's huge. That's huge. And some people are just caught off guard a lot because they just forget about, like, oh, my God, I just got hit by this car. It's like, that's so dumb. It's like, it's not dumb at all. It's just you weren't paying attention.
Exactly. You got hit. You got caught.
Yeah.
And because Tekken has stage,
Transitions, I guess?
Transitions, yes. Yeah. But DOA's stage transitions is way better than Tekken's, in my opinion.
Right.
It looks cool.
And there's different ways to go through it, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and then we're going to be seeing a lot of that, obviously, at Kumite, Texas, here in Arlington, happening at the Esports Stadium. So if you guys are in Texas and you catch this on time, you can check it out. Or if not, you can probably just see it on YouTube. You'll probably be seeing a lot of that stuff. And same with Tokyo Game Show. And both events are qualifiers, but the Tokyo
to go to Japan, right?
No. Tokyo Game Show is the only one where you'll instantly qualify for the finals. Over here, it's just a qualifier for you to like get points and stuff like that.
Ah, gotcha.
But both of them are offering big money, you know. So over here, total prize pool for top 8 is 5,000. So and over there, total prize pool is 8,000. So still a lot of money in both tournaments. So
you want to talk about tournament winning? So you know how Fortnite had the biggest payout in esports at $3 million. Dota shot that out the water.
Yeah, I heard.
$15 million.
15? Wow.
A team won $15 million. So basically, they each get $3 million each, basically, but still, they won $15 million. That team won 50. So that is the new like highest esports payout. Right now.
$15 million is a lot of money,
dude. For video games.
Yeah, that's
like, man, I wish my parents would let me play more video games growing up. I'll be banking. Like, growing up, I had to ask permission to play video games. I can only play for like 30 minutes. Man. And even when we first met you, and I was going down to Texas bar fights and Absolute Battle, I had to like sneak and play the game when they wasn't home. Just as practice, you know what I mean? Like I had to sneak and do that because I feel like if I could actually sit down and play the game and learn the game and learn everything, I think I'd be a top player. I feel like.
I mean, for me, it's funny because I remember playing so much of it when it was on Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? And I played it like crazy, and I played with my friends. Like, I played to the point where I would just like my friends would spend the night at my place, and we just played all night. And then we would, next weekend spend the night at somebody else's place, just so parents wouldn't get tired of us. You know what I'm saying? So we just kept swapping and rotating houses.
We did that. The last time I played was my buddy and my teammate at the time was his name was On. We went by TBG. That was our like tag. We went to tournaments. It could mean we was like that black guy, the best gamers. Like we had different things, but we just went TBG. But we were practicing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when it was big, and he came over to my house, and we played that game like nonstop for like 2 or 3 hours. And it was like midnight, 1 a.m. He was like, all right, bro, I got to go. And we did that one game, the last game, and then, you know, it does like wins, losses.
Yeah.
It was straight 50-50. I had 150. He had 150. We're like, bro, we're like equally, like out of 100 games, we were literally 50-50.
Yeah.
And those are the good days, man.
That's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, and especially nowadays, these kids be playing it a lot too.
Dude, like there's no way I can even think about even trying to be competitive because I have a job. You know, I'm a mailman. I work 7:30 to almost 6 o'clock every day. I don't have the mental capacity or even like the energy to come home and just learn
and just
frame data,
and,
matchups, counters, what beats what stages.
It's a lot of information.
Character, you know,
it's so a lot. It's so funny how
it's kind of like studying.
Yeah, basically, especially in this chapter, is exactly that. Actually, it's exactly like studying because you're trying to study your matchups. You're trying to study the competitors that you may or may not compete. You may be studying for somebody that you may not even ever touch.
Exactly,
and it's like,
And then
but at the same time, you don't want to get blown up either.
Exactly. Like, this is your character. You don't want to know everything ins and outs of this character. Okay,
Yep.
you match this that. What's next? Okay, what's your character's best stage? Okay, for like Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Any fucking stage with a roof, good luck. You know what I mean? So you got to learn what all interactables you go with. Okay,
Right.
cool. Matchups. Who is he good against?
Yeah.
Who is he weak against? Right?
Yeah.
And then triangle system. Low hoes, mid hoes, high hoes, low hoes. You know what I mean?
So much stuff. There's a lot of.
And, people just write it all as just a video game. Yeah, it's a video game, but you sit down and beat this person.
Yeah.
You beat this person. It's kind of like Serena Williams. I saw one, like a guy did a Twitter. Like, she just hit the tennis ball. Okay, but then they had they had two professionals come out, and they had to serve. They were serving balls at random people. It was like, if you can return the serve, you win like $1,000. Nobody can return the serve because it's the professionals hitting it at you. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So I feel like this would be the same challenge. Like, if you talk shit about video games, come beat Master 2 out of 3. You'll get $5,000.
We're not putting that out there, by the way.
No.
We're not putting that
as an example, like anybody.
But yeah,
like,
I totally get it. I mean, you go to my stream sometimes, and sometimes on my stream I won't lose. I just go out and just keep winning for the whole stream.
Let's talk about the stream last night, though. Hillis had your number.
Who's that?
He's not good.
I don't think he's good.
But I want to bring that up. So the title of that stream you did last night was "New Character Incoming."
Yeah, so Tokyo Game Show. There'll be some stuff. You guys want to make sure you.
Do you know who's coming out?
No clue, man.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna throw some guesses at you.
No, it's not.
Man, I'm gonna throw some guesses at you. All right.
I'm gonna say no to all of them.
There's a new. I know. There's a new character, or a character is coming. They've released Mai.
Okay.
And the ice chick. Kula.
Uh-huh.
So it's either going to be, can you say if it's a brand new character or a returning character? Can you say anything? You can't give the people anything.
I can't give them nothing.
Even that. You can't
Not
say if it's a new
that.
character or a brand new character.
You know who's going to be?
I don't know who's going to be.
The person they announce next week. But anyway.
I hope, man, it'll be cool. What do you think of, like, how many DOA 6 has just two, right? New characters.
2 guest characters, and I'm trying to see.
Well, at least 3 brand new characters, because the ice chick, this is her first time in DOA.
Yes, and then you have Diego and Nico.
Okay. We need some more original characters. What do you think of Leroy Smith and Tekken? I feel first of all, that's the most black. Can you pull him up? Pull him up.
Pull up Leroy Smith.
First of all, he is a black older man with gray hair. Right, but I'm just like that is the most black name that you can name some Leroy Smith.
What's wrong with Leroy Smith?
I just feel like they could have been more
creative with
it. It's Leroy Smith, all right? Like, you pulling it up?
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Did you see T-Pain?
Yeah, he dressed up. Yeah, he dressed up as him, right?
It's T-Pain cosplayed as Leroy Smith, and then when I was looking on Evo's Twitter, they invited T-Pain out next year for 2020. It was like, yo, we would love to have you as Leroy Smith next year if you want to. Like, they invited him to be like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is Leroy Smith here.
Yeah.
So he's coming out in Tekken. I thought the character was actually really cool.
No, I think he's cool.
Yeah, so
I would like to see some gameplay. There's no gameplay release of him yet.
Yeah, there is no gameplay.
Isn't like the name. It's so Leroy. That's so this generic black name, Leroy Smith. I don't know.
But he's a pretty cool character, you know what I'm saying?
He'll be interesting.
So, what do you call it?
Those names are not right.
Oh, they're not? Oh, yeah, they're not. It's all right. They're going to find it. They're going to figure it out. They'll find us. Yeah, definitely follow us on social media, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you call it? But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I mean,
anything you want to end with?
I just hope to see some people this weekend.
Okay.
I hope to see some people this weekend. Obviously, there's more events coming up. So for those people that are just interested, even just to spectate some of these World Championship events.
You said it's in Arlington?
This one is in Arlington, yes. But does
it start Friday or is it just Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those that just want to spectate even some of the future events, I mean, you can check it out on the You can easily just do a Google search, DOA 6 World Championship. But if we get this up, it'll probably be in the description bar as well.
If does it cost money if people just want to go and watch?
Yeah, I mean, just like anything else, you know.
Admission?
Yeah, admission, spectator pass or whatever. You can just tell them that.
Okay.
And you should be able to participate. If you want to register for the event, you have to like register usually in advance or maybe a day right before or something like that. But if you don't, then you're kind of left out of luck there.
And I think I cut you off, but who do you think may win Kumite? Who's the favorite?
Well, I heard Killy is going to be there.
Okay.
So he just won. He dominated over there at Summer Jam. He played Tina.
Okay.
And he just.
Dude, I played a Tina last night. I'm scared of Tina. It's like I don't want to. I'd rather just take the damages rather than try to count.
Oh my god! I never want to take damage from Tina. But he dominated. He literally beat everybody 3-0 with the exception of like one match.
Really?
Yeah, there was like maybe one match that he lost. One match. That's it. The rest of the tournament, 2-0, 3-0. Everybody. This includes Excalibur. This includes everybody. Everybody's like. Actually, Excalibur is the only one that probably took one match.
You know what? And I don't mean this as a slight to the DOA competitors that they're currently here, but I'm just like, if we had like more prominent people in FGC play DOA,
I thought that would be interesting. I mean,
like, because I know at one point Sonic Fox used to play, but doesn't play no more. I know his brother, Mr. Quickle, does, right?
Yeah, he does. He got third, I think, recently.
I'm just like, but I only know that that's his brother because they were like in a DOA 5 tag team tournament together when they bring back tag team, damn it. But no, but like there's like in like Chris G or Justin Wong or like.
Yeah, I mean if they're scared, it's okay. It's not the game's there. The game ain't going anywhere. I can tell you that right now. So I don't know what to tell you. So
he calling all out.
They can pick up the game. I was like, listen, but if they don't want to play the game, you know, it's cool.
Now I feel like I know. If you don't know, so Master does work for Team Ninja. Mm-hmm. He can't compete because he works for them.
Right.
But I feel like you should do some kind of. I mean, you could play the game on the side, people, right? At the tournaments.
I play on the side or whatever.
Compete.
Yeah, I can't compete.
I feel like you should do something fun, man.
I did. You should have seen me at Summer Jam. I played blindfolded.
Did you win?
No.
No, exactly.
But at the last match, I took the blindfold off and then won.
Okay. No, you should do something fun. You should put a bounty on yourself. Beat Master best 3 out of 5. Win something. You should do that.
The thing is to make time for it. That's the biggest hurdle usually.
Yeah.
Being able to make time for that. So if I don't have enough time or resources to do it, then I can't really do it. Because I'm all over the place at these events, man. You be seeing me, I'll be all over the place.
You need to vlog some, man.
Well, you know, it's gonna come back.
So we got some ideas again working. We said this in the first one at the end. We're gonna bring some guests and stuff like that and talk about more topics. But we also think about doing some vlogs here and there.
Yep.
And just give a look into our world when it comes to.
And maybe give a little bit of insight of how we start setting everything up here.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, hey, like, how do you guys set it up? And just anybody else that maybe is interested in doing something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A podcast or maybe just vlogs in general. But, of course, that's all in the future. We're trying to get it all situated. Baby steps. I think we're doing pretty good right now.
I think we are.
But with that said, I was going to say that definitely follow us on social media. And then
so all social medias are almost basically up. Still working out the kinks, but
yeah. And then we'll have
podcast.
And then we'll have guests in the near future, and then bring them in. And
we'll probably do 1 or 2 more by ourselves, and then once we actually get everything more concrete and stuff like that.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I hope to meet some people this weekend and for future events as well, because I think my next one will be in North Carolina.
Okay.
So I'll be in North Carolina, I think, early next month. So
okay.
Still a lot of traveling, still a lot of stuff I got to get done.
So if you see Manny, point him out, call him out, tell him you enjoy the podcast, tell him you're a listener.
Yeah, man, if you're a listener, definitely. And if you guys have any topics that you guys are kind of interested in or something that just comes
please
up,
let us know. Tweet us,
ask us. Yeah. Ask us on social
us.
medias. Yeah.
We came into this like there's only, as far as I know, there's only one thing that's off limits that we can't talk about.
Exactly.
But other than that, everything is free game. So let us know. Like I'm free to talk about anything. He's basically free to talk about any topics, just let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit us both up, man. Hit us both up. But that's it for me.
That's it for me.
And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Stay stay fresh.